Welcome, everybody. My name is Jamie Boston. I think I've met most of you, maybe not all of you, but I hope to do so soon. If I haven't met you, hopefully in person, as we kind of wade our way through this whole COVID thing. Welcome to the FY22 Small Firm and General Practitioner Division Leadership Training Orientation. The overview for fiscal year 2022, which is from September 1st, 2021 to August 31st, 2022. As I said, my name is Jamie Boston. I'm also chair of the Leadership Training Committee as well as the Division I director. But before we begin, I'd like to congratulate you on your appointment. It's a big deal that you're here, so congratulations. I know a lot of you guys are old faces, familiar faces, but the division needs you. The division needs everybody. So I'm glad you're here. Congratulations. And I look forward to working with all of you throughout the year in some form or fashion. We're thrilled that you agreed to take this role on. You'll be here to help GPSolo in its efforts to better serve our approximately 20,000 members. You're truly a great asset, and we cannot accomplish what we do without your support. And that means all types of support, so thank you. You're very important to us, and I think if you're new to the division, you're gonna learn that we really do try to gel as a family, as a friendship, and so we need everybody's input. To help you be successful with providing this brief overview of the leadership training resources available to you via the leadership portal. We have previously recorded the main speakers who provide a brief update on a variety of topics related to your position. And on this call, Steve Curley, GPSolo chair, and a few other GPSolo leaders will be providing a short synopsis of these resources for you. Our highlights should take no more than 15 minutes, and we have allotted time at the end for questions. And before I introduce our chair, I would just like to say I've asked Kim, she kind of mentioned it earlier on before we started filming, to put some of the resources in the link. I don't know about you all, but we're all pretty busy, I believe. And sometimes it's hard to always go back to the Connect system or to go on the ABA website and try to find whatever you need to find to do your job. So I've kind of located a few documents that I think are important. And I think some of the leaders today will also highlight some others. And so they're in the link, so you can go ahead and download them today or when you're viewing this recording later on. And we're just trying to make things a lot more user-friendly for you, a little more efficient, and hopefully it'll make the job easier for you. So with that said, I want to introduce our great leader, Mr. Steve Curley, the chair.
Good afternoon / morning to everybody. Thank you very much, Jamie. And this is sort of my Mr. Rourke moment to welcome everybody to GPSolo for fiscal year 2022. Absolutely all of you have a stellar record as in your various roles as of the moment. Mr. Boston is here to ensure that you maintain that stellar record throughout the rest of the year. And in case you haven't seen over his shoulder, I think I make out a fraternity paddle on the wall. Perhaps that's a little subtle message as to some of Mr. Boston's skills to keep everybody on task and organized. But you're going to have the opportunity today to interact with some of our seasoned leaders to get the tips and tricks that have gotten them to this stage within the leadership and have improved the division with their contributions. For those of you who are transitioning roles from one prior position with the division into a new role, I'm particularly happy to see that you've joined us today to update your skills and to see how things are going to be working out during the course of the year. Jamie's been particularly helpful as he's already alluded to, in updating this to make it a little bit more dynamic process than it has been in the past. And the people who have been selected to make presentations to you today are the best of the best, as far as I'm concerned, as far as leading you through, which sometimes can be a little confusing maze of our division. That said, one of the most important things you can do for me as chair is that if you do encounter a roadblock or a curveball or twist in the road or anything else as you may want to describe it, let us know because you're selected not only for your potential and what you've already contributed to the division, but also for your judgment. You are truly leaders. You're not only responsible for the folks that report to you, whether it be a committee, a board, etc., but you're also a valuable tool for everybody in the senior leadership to make sure that those who fill these jobs in the future have the easiest possible job to perform. So with that, I've only been doing this for a few days. and all assassination attempts have failed up to this point. I will be happy to return you back to the capable hands of Mr. Boston, who will serve as your guide for the rest of the afternoon. Jamie?
So right now, we're going to move on. I think we're going to go a little bit out of order here, and we will have Kim Coward speak to us.
I'm going to be speaking on the expectations for committee chairs. The chairs of each committee are key to engaging our members. There are several ways for you to do this, including how to prepare the committee's business plan, how to schedule a conference call with your committee, and how to use ABA Connect. Committee chairs and co-chairs are encouraged to submit an article to e-report, to empower committee members to submit book proposals, and to post to ABA Connect once a month to encourage discussions. Each committee chair is asked to post a message on their ABA Connect group by September 30th. So that's September 30th, 2021. Also, each incoming committee chair is encouraged to create and submit a business plan for the year. Sample business plans are included in the leadership materials posted online. In so doing, please keep in mind the committee report deadlines. That's about it, Jamie.
All right, thanks, Kim. I appreciate it.
Ian McBride, and I'm the new membership director. I think what I'd like to share in this context is just a big question, and it is the question of why GPSolo? I know that the new ABA president has made it his motto to, for each one of us to reach someone, each one reach one, I think is the idea. But when we do it, when we connect, why? Why should they join GPSolo? Why should they participate? Why should they be in committees? Why should they come to our events? Why should they participate in our programs? Why is it important? Why is it meaningful? What is going to happen when we're there? Why is this going, why should I do this, that this will impact my quality of my life or the quality of my business? So as we're inside of the next year, as I know Jordan is going to be leading the membership committee, I'd like to ask for your ideas, your thoughts. Maybe you have big ideas, things that would be hard for us to do in a year, and we're going to be trying to figure out how we can work with leadership to operationalize those ideas in bigger ways. Maybe you have small ideas, things that we've missed, opportunities that we haven't taken. I just want to encourage everyone to be in the conversation about membership, because it is very hard for each one to reach one if you don't know why, you don't know what you're saying, you don't know what it's about. So help me figure out how I can give you language, we can give you materials, we can create a space for that conversation to happen. And I'm hopeful, as Mr. Curley said during our council meeting, I'm eager to see everyone stepping up and talking and being in the mix and in the discussion, because it is such a more interesting and vital conversation the more we talk about it. So I don't have anything to say like we're gonna this or we're gonna that. I realize that I'm just one piece of this machinery that is GPSolo and the leadership team, but I would like to be the one who's asking you why, and then maybe working across the leadership for us to figure out what and how, so we can grow, so that we can grow this community and grow the conversation. And I'm so glad that Ashley likes my lava lamp. That is my reason for being there back there, just to turn that thing on every day. And I'm glad to see so many of you. I'm excited to have this role. And I'm happy to have any questions, even if I don't have any answers. If somebody wants to ask something now or make sure I hear something now, please feel free to take advantage of this conversation to do so.
Then let's move on to our past chair, Mr. David Lefton, Director of Member Benefits, please.
I'm going to be speaking with you about member benefits a little bit. I'm going to start with the GPSolo magazine, which has been one of the flagship member benefits of our division for many years. This year's chair is Julie Houth. And I think we all know that the magazine is theme-based. The themes in the past have, usually been established at least a year in advance by the magazine board. And the way the magazine board often solicits articles is by contacting members, see if they were interested in contributing, especially if they know you practice in a particular area that the magazine plans to cover, or that's the theme of that month. Next is the GPSolo e-report board. It's going to be chaired by Ashley Haleen. The e-report is a monthly publication that includes a variety of articles. We're always looking for substantive articles for the e-report. More information on the criteria to submit an article is found on our website. And I think, I think it's fair to say that the chairs would love to hear from you if you have a question as well, to save you some time and provide any guidance that would be needed. I was always taught that writing articles is a great way to establish your expertise on subject matters that you may practice in or have expertise in, and at the same token, providing a member benefit at the same time. I'm an estate planning attorney, and from time to time, I've been asked to write an article for the magazine or e-report, or to share resources that I make available. And, I would encourage you to do the same as well. Our members have a lot to learn from each of you. And please contact Julie or Ashley if you have an interest in writing an article. Next, we have the book publications board. It's going to be chaired this year by Thomas Urquhart. The division needs book proposals. So if you know of anyone interested, or even if you are interested in writing a book, please consider submitting a proposal. We have a wonderful resource for how to be an ABA author on our website. I shared the link in the chat box. It may be on Kim's information as well. There's a short video on this page to explain it all to you. And finally, I cover the programs board. The programs board is going to be co-chaired by Jimmy Boston and Lynn Howe. As you may be aware, on a monthly basis, we put out CLE podcasts that are available as a member benefit for all our members. And we also release CLE webinars that are available to both GPSolo members and to the ABA at large. Just like being a writer or contributing an article, being a CLE speaker is also a great way to showcase your expertise and provide a benefit to everyone at the same time. On our website, we have a video that outlines how to submit a proposal for a CLA or non-CLE podcast to the programs board for their consideration. And with that said, that concludes my report.
Let me ask a quick question, because I know it might be self-explanatory to many, but we have a membership director and then we have the membership benefits director. Can you just briefly address so people are clear? I know I didn't really catch that when I first started. What's the difference, so that make sure everybody knows what's what?
And are you referring to member benefits and membership?
Correct.
Well, member benefits is largely geared at, more toward corporate sponsors and providing benefits to members in a way. We have a corporate sponsor committee who works to obtain sponsors for the division. You'll see them on our website. You'll see them at our quarterly meetings and the like. But a lot of entities don't want to spend the money up front, and they would prefer to do a revenue share type plan with the division. And for those, we run through our member benefits committee to vet them to see if they're a good fit for solo and small firm practitioners. And then, assuming the ABA also approves a proposal from them, we go ahead and offer those as a member benefit to our division.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate that.
Jamie, if I could just, sort of tag on to the end of David's bit there a little bit, how I'm envisioning membership versus member benefits is, if benefits is coming up with a great benefit, how do we make sure people know about that? And how do we make sure that people value it? And if the members are looking for something, how do we give that feedback into David and that group so that they know that perhaps there's a relationship that can be fostered and can be created? So, I think there's within all the groups. I hope that same relationship will happen with programs and with other groups in the leadership. But definitely, I think with member benefits and membership, we have a great opportunity to publicize those fantastic benefits that David's working so hard to put together, and make sure our members see it as a value as a reason to be a part of our division, even if they're not paying a dues. It's a good reason to join ABA.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that. I think we have Chief Putnam on who can maybe speak to that role and the diversity chair role as well.
Stating that this past year we did the Activate Diversity series, and I would like to carry that on this year as the chair, try to follow in Kelly's footsteps. We were very active. I believe the series was very productive, and we got a lot of positive feedback from it.
Okay. And also, I think Kim just put into the chat, one of the things I want to harp on, I've already had a lengthy discussion, we didn't get to finish, unfortunately, with Deanna about it, the diversity plan. And one of the things that Deanna, to his credit, and I think it kind of ties in what he was saying earlier about kind of the what or the why, we talked about diversity, and last year we had a lot of great program on diversity, but we can take it further in terms of explaining exactly why diversity matters. What is the science behind it? How do we know that it really is helpful? How can it help you, more importantly, in your individual practice areas? And so that's one of the issues we want, or questions we want to address throughout the year. And so one of the ways to do that or get an idea to think about it is to review the diversity plan. And so I encourage all of you, it's in the link now, or in the chat rather, to take a second and read it. And we'll hopefully discuss about it. One of the things I want to try to do is have some kind of pseudo trainings or discussions about various, not just diversity plan, but other handbooks and things that we have in the division, so that we're all more familiar. Because I know I'm like everybody else. Like I said, I'm busy and I don't always read everything as quick as I should. And so sometimes it helps just have somebody to push you a little bit to make you kind of focus on certain things. And so hopefully we'll do that throughout the year. There's also a diversity handbook to be aware of. I don't think that's in the chat, but please look at that. And last but not least, we have a diversity fellows program, which is actually how I kind of got introduced to the division. And so I would say it's very valuable in terms of finding new leadership and just new blood. And so I ask all of you to support the fellows who were picked for this year and to help find fellows for next year. And so Chief kind of talked about what we did last year, but we're trying to go to higher heights. And I know we've been tasked by our chair to make diversity kind of a cornerstone, not just for the division, but for the ABA. And I think we are the place to do it. We have the people to do it. But as I said in the opening, we need all of you to support it and be a part of it. And so we'll talk about that a little more as we go on. Next, we will have, who am I missing here? Oh, unfortunately, those of you who may or may not be new to the division, we lost a very valuable member unexpectedly recently. And that was Terry Westergaard, and he was going to be your Division 4 director. And so I will speak a little bit on his behalf. It's a big loss to the division. I did actually get to know Terry a little bit. It was a great guy. And so we're all saddened by the loss, and please keep his family and friends in prayer and your thoughts. So he was going to do the role of a director. And I can also talk about this because I'm a director as well, obviously. Directors oversee the work of the committees. They submit reports to the council on a quarterly basis to keep them informed of the committee's activities. Directors also try to attend all committee conference calls and on-site meetings, and the director is responsible for making sure that their committee chairs are aware of all the following: committee organization list, staff liaison list, and how to initiate discussion on ABA Connect. So we're, as I guess Steve kind of hinted at, we're kind of the whip of the division to try to make sure that the various components, where really all the work is done in the committees, is actively engaged and making sure they're staying on task and setting goals, and then working towards the overall goal of the chair as well as the division. And so please stay close and work closely with whoever your division chief is, and or your division director is rather, and it'll make your job and their job a lot easier. I would tell you, the director myself, you don't want to chase people down. And I was blessed to have a great group of 17 individuals who kept me informed of what's going on. So I didn't have to chase them, but I did make it a point to try to attend most of their meetings. I didn't make all of them, but most of them, so I knew what was going on. And I believe Kim has put a copy or will put a copy of a report template in the chat line or in the chat. I will say I didn't exactly follow that one. I kind of expanded it a little bit and kind of listed all my committees and put exactly what they wanted me to say in there and brought up any issues. So it was kind of highlighted for the council to look at when they reviewed or when I gave my report. So your directors are very important, and hopefully they're keeping a good communication with you. And I opened as a chair, as a director last year. The key, I think, is communication. So committee chairs, please communicate regularly with your directors and vice versa. And also, I think just as a group, one thing I think that did us well last year, that as a collective, the council and the various directors and positions, I think we talked a lot offline and during meetings. And so I think that helped the team become more cohesive and more importantly, get to know each other better. And so this made it a lot more fun. So I encourage all of you, to call each other on the cell phone or chat on that somehow when we're not in official meetings, so you can get to know each other better. And that way you get a lot more ideas about how to improve the division or how to do a better job with your particular task. So again, communication and relationships is everything. I think we already know that, but we always don't necessarily follow and work that way. So let's make sure we do it in this upcoming year. I think at this time, we just want to open the floor up to anybody to either introduce yourself, which would be great because we didn't do introductions yet. So I think we got a little time for that. And of course, to answer any questions or raise any concerns.
And I believe Kelly has joined us from Hawaii.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Because I absolutely care a lot about diversity. And I'm so grateful to be the diversity director this year. I was the diversity director last year, as well as the diversity chair. And I'm sure Chisa spoke on all the amazing things that that we did. We had an amazing group of people, and we were able to do so much with all of everyone's support. And we're hoping to do even more. I know that our chair this year is very supportive. I heard Jamie say of us taking off with diversity beyond just GPSolo, but really going out into the A and showing what our division can do and how we appreciate and celebrate diversity, understand the value of diversity in lawyers. And so basically that's what our diversity plan is all about. And you'll see it in the video that our diversity plan is really about educating on the value of having diverse lawyers and how we can achieve that goal, how you all can and I can implement certain things in our practices to make this not just an ABA GPSolo thing, but a practice thing. And so we do have 4 fellows coming in, and we base our applications on diversity in race, gender, sexual orientation, and disability. I'm sure there's much more diversity to celebrate, but initially, I think it was in 2002. I don't want to mess that up. I wrote it down, but those were the, I guess, the categories. And please take the time to read our diversity plan. We would like everyone's help in trying to achieve diversity within our division and within the agency. Thank you.
To add to the diversity kick, I mean, it's not about just diversity per se. I think it's fair to say that we did have an outstanding diversity program this past year, and we saw the membership of the division grow. All right, so I think that kind of speaks for itself. So it's not just about, promoting a particular group or anything. It's about making the division, making your committees, making your practice area better. So please look at it through those eyes. Even if you're a little skeptical, that's fine. We'll talk about it and we'll work together on not only that issue, but many others. But thank you, Kelly, for your presentation, and look forward to your work this year. And last but not least, one of the things that our Pro Bono Service and Disaster Relief Committee started this year or did this year and began to become something else was to help support or adopt an elementary school in Louisville, Kentucky by the name of Moffin Elementary. It was supposed to be kind of a one-time deal, and I believe Kim just put it in the chat as well, a opportunity for you to click on the link for Amazon and to order school supplies for young children who are in need. This is a very deprived, unfortunately, impoverished elementary school, one of the most impoverished actually within the nation. And if you missed it, we had the principal come on and speak to us during our meeting last week. and she just gave a phenomenal presentation, gave a video where we learned they need even more than what we're trying to provide. And so our chair has graciously stepped up and said, you know what, we're going to adopt this school and it's going to be part of his programming for the year as well. And so I'd like for all the leaders here, if you could take a moment and look at the link and see how you can help out. But believe me, this is just the beginning of this effort. We're going to do and hopefully do a lot more. And I think Mr. LeBar is on here as well. Our chair-elect is also committed to adopting the school. So at least we have 2 more years of supporting this effort, and a lot more. And so please take time to participate, as leaders, and it goes for everybody, and even just regular members, so to speak. We're all leaders in our own right. So we have to step up to help people. We've been fortunate enough to become lawyers and to have the practice areas that we have. And so it's an opportunity to give back and to potentially make new lawyers, make new members of GPSolo. So please get involved and help us on this effort. And again, the link is in the chat. With that said, I believe that's it. Again, I'll just open it up to any questions or comments for anybody, and then I'll let Kim probably take back over or send it back to our chair, Mr. Curley.
Thank you, Jamie. I just wanted to underscore a couple of points, especially when it comes to membership. And if you want to have a nice dividing line between the portfolios that Deanne and Dave Lefton have, Deanne brings them in, gets them through the front door. David is amongst the folks to make sure that they not only stay, but they enjoy their stay, and they want to deepen the relationship with the division through the benefits that they receive. With regard to publications, and in particular the GPSolo magazine, I have the privilege of penning 6 articles during the course of the year. Although we generally follow the theme of the magazine and the chair's column, I'm more than happy to hear any of our leaders out as to a particular topic that perhaps hasn't been taken up or hasn't been promoted. And it could be the fodder for a chair's column. If you are thinking in that direction, let me know sooner as opposed to later, so that I can put my thinking cap on and do my best to try to promote that issue. And I wanted to, before we ended, I particularly wanted to thank Jamie for the spotlight on diversity. He's absolutely correct that this is one of the hallmarks of what we're trying to accomplish this year. Take the very well-deserved success of Activate Diversity and to continue it and export it through other entities in the ABA with the hope that it permeates through the entire profession. And the team that we've selected on that front has already earned their spurs when it comes to promoting this issue and getting everybody's attention. As I mentioned earlier, or actually several days ago to the council, I would like attorneys with diverse backgrounds to think of our division as their first home in the ABA, not an add-on, but the first stop to benefiting them, their own practices, interacting with the most number of people and professionals within the ABA, and eventually coming back to contribute to continue the process, which has only just begun. So Jamie, thank you very much for leading us through this. And thanks also to the staff for not only organizing the attendees, but keeping us informed in the chat section with some of the valuable tools that have been developed over the years. Thank you.
Hi, this is Kim Koshin. I am sorry my video is not on. I'm trying to find documents for you all. So if you have any issues downloading the documents, don't worry. We will be sending another email to you this week, just with all the links and everything. You're always welcome to contact me directly though, and I'm happy to send it to you specifically. Someone asked if GPSolo is automatic as a membership of the ABA. It is not automatic. A member does have to opt in to receive the membership, but it's free. So if you can please encourage all of your friends, all of your ABA friends, to make sure they want to be members of GPSolo. If it's ever a problem for them somehow to receive it, again, feel free to contact me. I am happy to contact customer service and add it on to their ABA membership. Technically, once you become a member of GPSolo, as long as you're in good standing with the ABA, it should never be dropped. If it ever is dropped, again, feel free to give me a call or email, and I'm happy to get you back onto your membership. Oh, good. Thank you, Ben, for posting it on your social media. That's another good point. We do have several social media accounts. We have Facebook, we have Twitter, and a YouTube channel, and we're also on LinkedIn. If you could please follow us. If you don't, again, if you need that information, I'm happy to send it to you. And we would love for you to engage with our tweets and posts and spread that around. So thank you, Ben, for making that comment. The last item I would like to just mention is we are really focusing on mentoring this year as well. And we're putting together an ABA Connect group. So members, especially young lawyers or members who are new to the legal profession, have an opportunity to engage with members who are more established. And we would love for you to want to join this committee. We'll be sending that to you all soon. We're just posting a few things in there to make sure it's as easy as possible for you. This is no guarantee that you have to mentor someone. Obviously, we all understand you get very busy during the year. So if someone reaches out to you to engage with you, it's okay to respond that maybe now is not the best time for you to be mentoring someone, because we're going to have a whole list of leaders who are going to be available otherwise. And if anyone has any questions about that, please let me know. I'm happy to answer it. So those are my last comments. Again, I believe, oh, Steve Wilde, thank you for posting our social media accounts. And if anyone needs anything, again, feel free to contact me, Steve Wilde. We also have Molly, who usually handles membership and marketing, Sherry, who handles our meeting. Rob Sulkin, as noted, was our GPSolo editor, as well as the e-report editor. And we're always happy to help you. Thank you.
I have a question for Kim about the mentoring committee idea. You mentioned new lawyers or people new to the profession, but what is there a notion of mentoring for people who maybe have been in the profession 20 years but are just opening a firm for the first time?
Yes, absolutely. Great idea.
The new folks, we have the best staff you could ask for. You heard the names earlier. They really will help you if you need anything. So please feel free to reach out. Let's not everybody call them. Maybe call your directors or committee chairs first. They don't get inundated with phone calls, but if you need them, they are definitely there, and they won't let you down. They're incredible.
Thank you. And so all of you. So we make our jobs easy.
One thing I didn't say earlier, I did say that we are at roughly 20,000 members now. Our goal is to get to 30,000 by the end of the bar year. So that means all of us have to get to work and pull some friends in and colleagues and make sure they join the division. And I think we can do it. So with that said, thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts in advance. And I definitely look forward to working with all of you in the near future. I'm sure we all do. And I think it's going to be a great year. Thank you.